Good evening, parents. I hope everybody is well. Welcome to Jewish History. I am Mrs. Monk. Some call me Principal Monk, but in this case, I'm just the teacher, Mrs. Monk. The goals of this class, this class is a class that I've taught before. It's a real passion of mine. I get very excited when we have class. The goals of this class, I would say, are twofold. Number one, is to learn the facts, examine the facts, and analyze the facts that happened before, during, and after the establishment of the State of Israel. In order to be able to understand the history of Israel, you first need to know what happened. The second goal, and this is not secondary, but just B, I guess, on the list, is to provide students opportunities to learn how to advocate on behalf of the State of Israel in light of the common accusations levied against the Jewish country. Israel often finds itself under attack, and I believe that as frum women who are committed to Medinat Yisrael, they need to understand and need to know how to articulate a defense on behalf of the State of Israel, both to a Jewish audience as well as to a non-Jewish audience as well. I started the year with a writing assignment, with a short writing, with asking them to write a paragraph. Why does Israel have the right to exist? And I love doing this because I love seeing there's a lot of blank stares, and everybody loves Israel. They know they love Israel, and they know Hashem gave it to the Jews. But sometimes students have trouble being actually able to say why it necessarily has the right to exist. I have to say they did very well with it overall. I actually plan to give them that writing assignment at the end of the year, maybe sporadically in the middle as well. And really to compare their initial submission with their final submission. I think that's really the best way to see how far they've come in a year. The way that I monitor progress is I really, first of all, fill out a daily classroom rubric based on how they are in the classroom. We spend, for me, the most important thing is not going home and memorizing, but it's how you are on a daily basis. We spend 40 minutes twice a week learning together. And that really, those 80 minutes a week that we spend together are the most important. So they should be graded on it, so to speak. But really what they need to do is be good citizens of the classroom, and that grade should really come easy. You could see here the various categories that I mark them on: attitude, punctuality and attendance, level of engagement, listening skills, behavior, preparation. Basically, come on time, come prepared, be engaged. And engaged doesn't always mean being outgoing and loud. It just means engaged can mean different things for different people, but being engaged is part of our classroom lesson. The way that I grade for the semester, for each semester, as you can see here on the bottom, 50% is daily classwork. This rubric will ultimately turn into 50% of their grade, and then 50% assignments, projects, and assessments. I'm not a big believer in tests for a class like this. It only meets a couple times a week. That's valuable time. I'd rather give smaller assessments, assignments, essays, source reading along the way, and grade them on that accordingly, and have some summative assessments at various points. But going home and memorizing dates and details is not really what we're trying to accomplish here. I have I guess the benefit of it not being a Regents class, so I have a lot more flexibility in terms of the standards that I can hold them to. But to me, the goals of the class are what go far beyond just knowing dates, years, names, etc., albeit that is important at the same time. If your daughter is home for whatever reason and needs to Zoom, whoever has had to do this thus far has been really excellent at it. Just have them contact me directly. I've been, I think, pretty decent at helping set people up on Zoom, and have them reach out if there are any complications. They're in 11th grade. Thank God they're really able to advocate well for themselves. And I always prefer to to work with the students directly as mature young adults. Everything that we're doing in class is posted on Schoology. And if there is any sort of an issue, obviously, that you need to make me aware of, please don't hesitate to reach out. My email is at the top of this document. Just in terms of what we're going to be covering, I mean, this is an ambitious list because, again, the class only meets twice a week. We're going to cover a lot of the early stuff. Israel's real right to exist comes from what happened before 1948. And if you notice, the first 4 units that we're going to be covering is all pre-1948. And then, hopefully we'll be able to cover, even in just some short detail, I don't know if that's a contradiction, in some shorthand way, the early years of the State of Israel, as well as what happened post the 6-Day War in 1967. I'm very excited about teaching them. They've been awesome so far. I'm looking forward to a wonderful year. I'm looking forward to partnering together with you. Gemar Chatima Tova to everybody, and thank you for coming.